Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Brihaspati. Be the best version of yourself. I'm Sneha Pranav. Today I come up with a wonderful topic psychology of public speaking. If anybody is not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I humbly request you to please do like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon which is right next to the subscribe. Wherein you will get the updates then and there when I'm posting the videos. Having said that, let's quickly jump into our video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Brihaspati. Be the best version of yourself. Today we delve deep into a subject that touches nearly everyone of us some point of in our life. It's not only generally in terms of public speaking or motivational speaking, whether in a bathroom, whether in a boardroom, or whether in front of a people, whether in front of a wedding or in front of a crowd or a stranger or the any new people who are coming to home. Some kids they feel bored, they feel very fear to talk to people. This is not something which comes all of a sudden. It's from childhood trauma. That also it happens because of that. Having said that, whether in a boardroom, at a wedding, or in a front of a crowd or strangers, the nerves, the pressure, and the expectations can feel overwhelmed. But beyond the physical manifestation of fear, like racing hearts or sweaty palms, these complex web psychologies at work. Let us unlock the secrets behind psychology of public speaking. So, did you know that public speaking is often cited as one of the most common fears? In fact, studies suggest that as much as 75% of populations experience anxiety when it comes to addressing an audience. This phenomenon, known as glossophobia, can prompt an exaggerated fight a response. When we stand before a crowd, our brains release adrenaline, resulting in that heightening or sense of awareness or panic, as someone might call. This action stems from our evolutionary past. Early humans, as I said, it's like it's not a one single day thing that is happening in a day. It's maybe the childhood traumas or childhood behaviors or the situations you came across or the incidents which you came across also impact you more. Early humans faced threats from predators and competing groups. So, being judged or critiqued by others can trigger our survival instincts. The heart races, the palms sweat, and the brain is flooded with anxious thoughts. It's a primal response to it's like a perceived danger, right? No, isn't it? However, there's a good news. One of the most effective antidotes to public speaking anxiety is through preparation. When we prepare and practice, we create a powerful sense of control, which can significantly alleviate fear. Think of preparation as a buffer between your brain fear and responses that you decide to communicate. Preparation so enhances our confidence, helping us to refocus our mind away from negative thoughts, negative anticipations, or negative fears and those things. Engaging in practicing such as rehearing sing, rehearsing before you rehearse. You can do something like you can prepare on your, you think you are as an audience, and that rehearsing in front of a mirror. That's what I mean to say. Recording yourself or practicing with your friends can fortify your mentally. Additionally, understanding your audience is more important. Knowing their interest, background, and expectations can help tailor your message, making it more engaging and relatable. However, I could use something like moreover, visualization techniques can also play a role here. Imagine yourself succeeding, envisioning applause, or feeling connected to your audience. Such mental rehearsals can erase your anxiety and set the stage for actual performance. Remember, knowledge is your key. Knowledge is your key. The more you know your material, the more grounded you feel in front of the crowd. Now that we all equipped ourselves with the tools for preparation, let's explore another critical aspect is body language. The non-verbal cues which we give off during a presentation can speak volumes. Often we louder than the words we say. According to research, as says As much as 93% of communication is non-verbal. This means your posture, your gesture, and your facial expressions are just as important as your verbal cues, verbal things which you're quoting there. For instance, maintaining eye contact establishes connection and trust with your audience, while open body language invites engagements. Also, I want to say it's like controversially crossing your arms or avoiding eye contact can signal defensiveness or disinterest, not just for you but for your audience as well. Thus, understanding the psychology of your body in relation to public speaking can drastically affect how your message is received. Additionally, mirroring the body language of your audience can create a subconscious bond, fostering a sense of unity and making them more receptive to your message. I also want to say a few things which are very highlighted, things like engaging emotionally, something like moving beyond the physical. Let's delve into the emotional aspects of public speaking. Effective communication is not just about delivering the information, it's about resonating with your audience on a deeper level of understanding. Well, as I say, the ability to convey emotions can captivate your listeners and lingers their minds long after your speech has concluded. Sharing personal examples or stories allows your audience to relate the things which you have quoted with your experience or with others' experience. It humanizes your messages, weaving an emotional tapestry that enriches your presentation. So research indicates that emotions significantly influence decision making. By tapping into your audience feelings, you can guide them towards an intended conclusion, whether it be inspiring action or evoking empathy or stirring thought. The act of storytelling is a powerful component here, enabling you to illustrate your points in way that satisfies some alone cloud nine never, I mean alone cloud never achieve, isn't it? So having said that, finally let's talk about reframing how we perceive that the experience of public speaking. Instead of viewing it purely as a performance laden with pressure, consider it an opportunity for connection, growth, and impact. Shift your mindset from your self centered anxiety to audience centered focus. When you concentrate on the value you are providing to them rather than worrying about how you will be being judged, the experience become less intimidating. So, after all, public speaking is a unique platform to share ideas, inspire thoughts, and foster dialogue. Embrace it as a chance to leave a mark, to bridge gaps and to spark changes. Even presentation is an opportunity that can empower both you and your audience. Of course, it is a huge topic and it can go pages to pages to explain, or to books. We can talk more about it, or videos to videos. But in short, in order to conclude this video, I want to say, or I want to quote a few other things for you, which may help you how you can handle that anxiety. So there you have it. The psychology behind public speaking intertwines fear, preparation, body languages, emotional connectivity, and mindset. By understanding these elements, not only can we conquer our fear, but we can transform our approach to public speaking altogether. If you found this video meaningful, very insightful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below sharing your experience with public speaking. What techniques have you found the most effective? We will be diving deeper into the topic in future videos, so stay tuned. Remember, every speech is a step towards mastery. Until next time, keep speaking up and remember, you have a voice worth sharing. Thank you so much for watching my video. Be the best version of yourself and stay safe, be safe. Thank you. Bye bye.